Oh my days, guys. I've just quit my job. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Agnes with another episode of kind of professional series and life update. So as you can see by the title, and as you've just heard me saying, I've quit my job. You thinking I'm crazy? Maybe a little. So I just want to kind of give you an update on why did I decide to leave a job without having a new job lined up. What is my plan? Why have I done it? What's driven me to that point where, I decided that I've had enough. So here you go. So 5 months ago, I have announced on my channel that I have found a new job.
I'm going to hand in my notice tomorrow because I have just been offered a new job.
Because I was on 3 months notice period in my old job, I had to wait 3 months before I could start my new job. And I was lucky enough to find fantastic opportunity to work as a financial accountant in a very well-known AV company. I've moved from freight forward company or logistics company, so it was a really big step for me. I was moving from one job to another. I was stepping down the role as well because I was a financial controller in my previous job, but this job was a financial accountant. However, the money was pretty much the same, maybe a little bit better. I just wanted to move, with the whole COVID situation, where we all worked from home and kind of forgotten about the office life. And then I've slowly started going back to the office, and I just decided that I don't want to be doing the job that I was doing for the last 5 years. I'm bored. I need to go and learn new things. So having qualified 2 years before that, I really thought that I need to grow. I need to go out and look for new experience. I just really need to develop myself professionally. Once I found this exciting opportunity, which by the way was willing to wait for me for 3 months, because it is really hard to find a job, especially in a less senior position, to find a job where people would wait for you 3 months. So I did manage to find that kind of job, and I was really chuffed and over the moon. And about 2 months ago, I was giving you an update on how I was getting on. So I was saying that I was really happy, that I met people that I work with, that what I'm seeing so far, it's a great company, it's lovely people that I'm working with, and I'm gonna have a lot on my plate.
It's a really nice company to work for, and everyone is so wonderfully helpful and nice to me. So I'm really hopeful that my employment here will be an enjoyable one.
And I still stand by those things. The only problem was the actual work. I got to the point where I was either bored, I was overwhelmed with the amount of complexity and the amount of things that I needed to do. My main duty was to look after so-called revenue recognition spreadsheet. And that spreadsheet, because it's a massive company which does project work, the spreadsheet of revenue recognition was going wide and it was going long. So every month I would have been given revenue recognition report, which I had to go through line by line and make sure that what the report was doing was correct, and if it wasn't correct, I needed to adjust it. There was over 800 lines every single month, and my responsibility was to make sure that I know what it's doing, and at the end of the day, that it's reporting the correct revenue figures. Highly responsible job, yes. Highly complex job, yes. And I could not get my head around it. Yes, I feel like I was a little bit let down on the training side. So I have been giving about 3 hours of training in total, because there was a first session, second session and third session. And then I was told, why don't you just run it yourself, see how you're getting on, then write down the questions and we come back to it and you're going to ask those questions, and hopefully that way you just keep on kind of finding the sense out of it. Perhaps that's not my learning style, and maybe if we were in the office I could just shadow the person and just, see how they're doing it, and based on that I could ask the questions when I had one, and maybe I could try doing it myself while that person is watching me. Now, being online, this is pretty much impossible. Now, the revenue recognition spreadsheet takes about 3 days to go through, to the person that is already experienced and been doing the same job for the last 20 years. So I've only just come onto the company. It's a completely new environment and I've never done projects before. As much as I got my head around how the project works, how the revenue is being recognized in this company, what are the rules and procedures, I could not get my head around the fact how the spreadsheet worked. And I felt like I'm not actually learning, much about revenue recognition, but I'm learning about how the spreadsheet works, what to look out for when it's doing the bad thing and when to change it. And there were so many rules and so many exceptions to those rules that when I was writing down the points, I was writing and writing and writing. And then when I was just going over 800 lines of what was actually on the RevRec and writing those questions, by the time I got to ask those questions, I was already kind of forgetting what I was thinking when I was going through those questions. So I just found that if I am to do that kind of job for the next few months, a year to however long I would be in the company,
I would burn myself out.
Because I've already seen what I was supposed to be doing, and I was hoping that I'm going to go into the company where I will learn how things are done in 21st century. And it almost seemed like I went back in time to the company which used spreadsheets over spreadsheets over spreadsheets and done everything absolutely manually, which is so ineffective, which is so time consuming and tedious, that just made no sense for me to stick around and learn how to figure out how the spreadsheets works, as opposed to learn how the company works together. Also, another thing that I found was lack of communication. So I have kept in touch with my line manager, but other than that, no one was really, well, yes, there was a meeting going on, monthly meeting, updating everyone on every day's operations and updating everyone on monthly figures. But on a day-to-day basis, other than what my manager would pass on to me, I wouldn't know anything. And he was very busy himself. So I just found that not only lack of communication, sometimes I would just be left alone to do things. And while I was left alone to do things, I would procrastinate because I found things so daunting and so boring. I would have just gone onto my Instagram, I would go onto my Facebook, I would just scroll down my phone. Then sometimes I would just pull out my iPad and just watch some random videos on YouTube, or sometimes I would just edit my own videos, to be honest. And it's not because I didn't want to work, it's because either I was left to do something that was extremely boring and I just did not, I've kind of gone over and over and over the same thing, and I just, by the time someone would check on me or would have time for me because they are extremely busy, I just didn't know what to do with myself. So I was just kind of occupying myself, keeping my laptop open just in case someone wants to call me. So it was just completely something that I did not imagine doing. And really, by the 7th week, I really hoped to have known vast majority of my tasks. And I knew when I was going through the RevRec training with the person I was taking it over from, she was telling me, oh, maybe in 3, 4 or 5 months time, maybe you'll be doing this independently. But by then, it's probably going to be a little bit too complex, or there will be issues on the left still for me to deal with because they just have so many exceptions to those rules that she knows about because she was in the company for so long, but because I'm new, I just wouldn't be able to get my head around. So I sat down probably after about 4th or 5th week, I believe, was when I was like, what are the pros and what are the cons of me staying in the job that I hate doing? I've done my ACC qualification not so that I can go to the job that I hate doing. And I want to be excited to be going to work. I want to be feeling like I'm adding value, like I'm important and I don't feel stupid. But all I was feeling here is like I'm useless. I can't keep up with what I need to be doing. I can't learn what I need to be doing. And I'm feeling stupid. And I know I'm not stupid. I'm not worthless. I'm not useless. And if that's how I feel, it's probably not my fault. If I stick around in a job that I hate for the next month, 2, 4, 10, I will get trapped in this world where I'm not happy being in. So you may wonder, what is my plan going forward and how am I going to support myself and my family? As much as I can't afford to quit my job at this point in time, my husband's still working, so we're not completely losing both incomes. I'm only losing my income, and as much as it is substantial and it is beneficial to have the money, this is the time when I really want to focus on my online business, and I want to do something for myself that I won't have to be confined to 9 to 5 anymore. I want to do something that I love doing, and this is what I love doing, guys. I love sitting in front of the camera, I love talking to you guys, I love commenting on the comments that you guys post, and I love being on YouTube. And I'm not saying that within the next month, 2, 3, I'm gonna grow it to the point where it's giving me full-time income. I know this may not be possible, but if I don't take this risk now, where I find myself hating what I'm doing for my full-time income, I may never take that leap ever again. The thing is that life is beautiful, and if you're sitting doing something you hate doing, then what's the point of living? I've got 3 beautiful children and I don't spend much time with them at the moment. Why? Because not only I'm doing full-time job 9 to 5:30, I'm also doing a YouTube channel and I'm also helping my husband in his business. But now it's the time. I feel like really, if I don't do it now, I will never take this leap ever again. And I have given myself at least a summer, so I've got another month to truly focus on it. I'm gonna do extensive research on how I can improve my channel. Maybe I can get some mentoring, because I do believe that without good mentor, it's really hard to do things on your own unless you're prepared to do things with trial and error. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It also costs a lot of money, because let's face it, time is money. And when you spend a lot of time doing something that you could cut down with just paying somebody else to guide you through it, you may just avoid paying all this money on your mistakes and spending all this time doing something which someone can just lay it on the plate for you. So that's me. I've quit my job. I have another one to go to. Yet I have my YouTube channel and I've got my husband's business to help out with. So we're raising invoices, chasing the customers, applying the payments. So I still do a bit of accounting. It's just that I'm not going to be doing it for the full-time income. And that will give me the whole evening to spend with my children, take them to the park, spend time with our doggy, you know, go on holidays maybe once we're allowed to go, and doing life, really. There is one thing I heard in the past: do something you love doing and you will never feel like you're working again. You've got to find doing something that is in between of your skills and your passion. I believe I'm a creative person. Accounting is not very creative, but it was paying bills. It was a career path. It's a good career path. And I'm not saying I will never go back into accounting. It could be that after 2, 3, 4 months time, I will perhaps get bored, or maybe I'll find I've got too much time on my hands because I'm doing everything that I have to be doing, that I want to be doing, and kids will go back to school, so maybe I'll feel like I need to go back to work. Maybe we'll need money that I will have to go and support the families. I do have career to go back to if I wanted to, but for now I'm sticking to my YouTube, and I would love you guys to help me out here. Now I'm trying to grow this channel. By the end of the year, I would love to have 10,000 subscribers. And people say it's not about the subscribers. Well, it isn't, and it is, because if you have a lot of subscribers, you get instantly a lot of views, and that way you get more exposure. The more exposure, the more views, the more ad revenue, the more affiliate marketing. So I would love to ask every single one of you to please share my video, the video that you think the person that you're sharing it with would benefit from or would love watching, because I've got lots of different videos on my channels. Please forward it on. Don't ask them to subscribe or to like it. Just let them watch it, because that way it exposes my channel to more people. And if they really like my content, they will like and subscribe and maybe comment and maybe keep on watching and stay on the channel. Because with YouTube, if someone just subscribes to your channel and never watches it again, it's actually bad for you. So that's why I don't want people to be forwarding it and asking everyone to please subscribe, comment and like. No, forward it on, please, but don't force anyone to subscribe. And if you enjoy the content that I create, I would love you to also subscribe. Thank you so much for watching and hope to see you soon. Bye.